can think of. The Indians and the blacks and the Hispanics and the Chinese and the Japanese during World War II, where he put these people in internment camps. That was not Americans doing that. That was the American government. And that's against our Constitution. Wouldn't you agree with that statement, Hunter?
I totally agree with that. And when I go to the reservations to talk, that's my main talk. Stop feeling sorry for yourselves. The day you put your hand out to let the government give you something, they own you. And they're going to tell you how to live. And you were not born that way. We were born free, without fences. Let us get back our pride, all Americans.
Absolutely, and that's it. That proud tradition, that proud tradition that nobody's here to disagree how poorly your people were treated in the process. But that's not a reflection of the Constitution. I think that's what they're teaching kids today in school. They're teaching kids today in school how flawed our founding fathers were, instead of looking at the opportunity that this country represents, and that the opportunities that are there for the taking. You put yourself through college, correct? Did you have any government loan system, and anybody feeling sorry for you?
Definitely not. I would not have dishonored my grandmother. I worked for my education. I paid for it.
I like that. And dishonor of a family, right?
Right.
We talk about families today and look at the dishonor that we give our own family members, our own cultures, from wherever we all came from. We aren't all here to be alike. We are here, liberty means we're here to be different, and that's okay. Liberty means that you may do something different from me, and that's okay as long as I don't hurt you and you don't hurt me. That's what liberty is. But now in this country, we have rules and regulations that tell us how many gallons of water our toilets need to have in them before we can flush them. We now have healthcare programs that are going to tell you how to live, how to eat. We have school programs that are telling our kids how to think. And worse, we have the NSA and the National Defense Authorization Act, and everything under the sun now. And you know, as we're coming up here, while I have you here, I got a really cool story. I just want to get your opinion on this because it may get you as annoyed as it got me. Listen to this headline: Texas drivers stopped at police roadblock and they were asked for something far more personal than a license or registration. There was a roadblock in Texas. They were stopping every single car for something that was called 100% voluntary, but the police were pulling over every single car to get a sample of blood and a DNA swab. Ladies and gentlemen, this is America today, and how can you say this is constitutional? And here's who I blame. I blame two people: the cops that did it, and the people that were dumb enough to pull over. What do you think about that?
I agree with you. Those policemen don't have that right. Why are you harassing Americans? Go do your job.
Absolutely. And where are the Americans that, if you know the Constitution, stand up, America. Stand up and say no. If you know where you stand on legal grounds, don't be a sheep, and don't be so afraid that you may get a ticket or you may get pulled over by that cop when something is clearly illegal. Because, you know, and I do this all the time, where were those people in Nazi Germany while the Jews were being pulled out of their houses and taken into concentration camps? And where were Americans in the Second World War while Japanese Americans were being taken out of their houses and put into an internment camp? Ladies and gentlemen, liberty is what this is all about. And for those of you listening on FM Talk 99.1, FM Talk Fox News Radio, that wraps up our first half hour of Flying for Liberty radio show with our special guest, Odie Kropp from the Constitution Party. But we're going to be right back after this break, and I'm going to go through some of the things in the news today and what it has to do with liberty. David Costa, the Renegade Aviator. I'll be right back.